It's a great pleasure to welcome you to this event, today's event, which has been So I repeat, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to this event, which will be a 2-day event, Futures of Universities. And so the focus will be on the urban regeneration and the role of university in the city neighborhood. The project has been defined within the Multilayered Urban Sustainability Action and has involved 4 universities: the University of Milano Bicocca. I am Vice Rector for International Relations of this university, the University of Milano, Bocconi University, and Politecnico di Milano. I would like to thank the Ministry of University and Research for supporting this project. And of course, I would like to thank very much the Commissioner General Ambassador Dr. Mario Vattani, who will present his greeting, and the Italian Pavilion, as well as Dr. Rossella Menegazzo for her beautiful support and help. So I would like not to spend any more words, and I would like to introduce Dr. Mario Vattani to give his greetings. Thank you.
Much. I just want to, mine is a welcome today. I want to thank you once again for being here, for having joined us in the Italy Pavilion. I also want to thank the Ministry of Universities and Research. This is one of 11 projects, if I'm not mistaken, which have been chosen and are funded also by the Ministry of Universities and Research. And this is the academic component of our calendar is extremely important because as I said today, as I said yesterday, the theme of Expo being designing future societies for our lives, a project like the one we are discussing today is perfect for our calendar and perfect for our theme. I'm also very grateful to the Lombardia region, which in fact will also be joining us at the end of Expo. Lombardia will be closing Expo, which is also very important if you think about it, because normally when an Expo ends, you say arrivederci to the next Expo, which is normally 5 years later. In fact, in the case of Italy, we are lucky to be hosting the Milano Cortina Olympics, which is also an effort that has to do not only with sports, but also with infrastructure, planning, architecture, urbanistics, and so on. So Lombardia will also be saying arrivederci to a much shorter frame of time, which is just a few months after the end of Expo. We're also very thankful to the city of Milan, as a partner, as a matter of fact, and as a twin city with Osaka. We are also just behind this wall, as a matter of fact. We have from the Biblioteca Ambrosiana, thanks to the city of Milano, we have for 3 months 2 precious pages of Leonardo da Vinci, and we will have another 2 pages later. So, as you see, I would say that Milano is well represented in the pavilion, very well represented today. I once again welcome you all. I in particular, of course, as president of CRUI, which is also our partner, the rector of Bicocca University, Giovanna Iannantoni. So I can just wish you the best for this, for today's and tomorrow's seminar, and thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ambassador Vattani, for giving such a nice framework, which provided more information about this event. And now I'm very pleased to introduce the Professor Giovanna Iannantuoni, who is the director of the University of Milano Bicocca. She's also the president of the Italian Council of Rectors of Italian University, and she's also the president of the Multilayered Sustainability, Urban Sustainability Action. So thank you very much, Giovanna.
Thank you, Gabriella. Thank you, Gabriella. Too many things. But, you know, this is really the project of my heart, as I always say, because I love this project. I worked a lot in defining and drawing an idea of smart city. And, you know, since I knew about Expo Osaka 2025, for me it was really, you know, very harmonic with the idea of MUSA. Because really technology, innovation, and nature, that is the heart of Expo 2025, is the heart, the beating heart of MUSA. And, you know, after having visited, and thanks really, Ambassador, this beautiful, the most beautiful, can we say this? Yes? The most beautiful pavilion of Expo. And, you know, really you feel the footprints of the artists, of the Italian culture, of the Italian science, of the Italian minds. And, you know, we left footprints in the world. And we left those footprints like in the ancient Greek, the MUSA were doing. You know, the idea and the meaning of all the 9 MUSA was exactly to leave a footprint for the future generation. This is why, you know, I thought about this acronym MUSA with my daughter, Chiara. She was 8 at that time, and, you know, we wanted short female names that ended with an A, and that was good also in English. So MUSA, Muse, is also rock, because there is the rock band, but it's also ancient. You know, it's perfect. It's a perfect name for a perfect project. And this project was thought about the 4 rectors of the 4 biggest universities in Milan, Bicocca, Politecnico, Statale, and Bocconi University, and 26 private companies, because it is really one of the characteristics of this project is that it is a project of innovation. And, you know, innovation means that private companies, university centers, public institutions, and we have Lombardy region and the city of Milan inside this project, and citizens, and we have a lot of projects of citizen science. So these are the 4, you know, important part and key players of this project. And what is our aim? Our aim is to design the city of the future, you know, in order to redesign how we live together. So we talk about, you know, the quality of the air, we talk about the temperature, you know, in every summertime, Milan, there is a photo of ESA or NASA that, you know, shows how Milan, but not only Milan, of course, is full of red neighborhood. Why? Because, of course, we do not have enough green, and also the cities were designed over decades where, you know, the respect of our planet and the idea of what we did, no, to our planet was not the crucial point of designing the city. Nowadays, we are in a completely different mood, and we know that we have to think about better, in a better way, how we can share our cities. So we think about health, we think about energy, we think about circular economy, we think about mobility, we think about how to design services. So this, to join and to make innovation, technology coherent with the respect of our planet is the aim of this project. And this is also what's going on in this Expo 2025 in Osaka. If we go around, you will see incredibly pictures of green fields, and then on of very high technological manufacturers, because these 2 things can go together. You know, I'm an economist and I don't believe at all to the degrowth, the happy degrowth. We have to grow. We have to go to look forward. And, you know, the two engines of growth are the human capital on one end and the innovation, the technology innovation on the other end. And this project is very important in this respect. And this is the reason why we really worked a lot in order to have many companies in it. And I'm very happy, and also here, we are pleased to have here Annie, Bridgestone, so a few companies that really believed in the project and believed that together we do some changes. And tomorrow we'll see part of this project, and today I know that we'll see more the research, say, part of the project. So, you know, we are close to the ending of the Next Generation EU projects as MUSA. Yesterday, in this room, many rectors from Italy and from Japan together discussed how we can work together in order to take these projects and carry them in the future. Of course, what we need is to open up at international level to international collaborations with other universities and with firms, with international firms. We have to work on this. And I'm really happy also to share the thoughts that we had yesterday. You know, Italy and Japan are very friends, no? We are friend countries. And I think that we are so close because we have many things in common. We are elderly society, but it's not a good, this is not bad. It means that, you know, we live long. This is why we get old, very old, and we should be healthy, and we know how to respect our tradition, but we want to innovate them, and we know that we have a technology gap with the major and key players at the international level as US or China. Europe, as well as Japan, we need to grasp. We need to help the competitiveness of our firms in order to gain power, competitiveness, and, of course, earnings. And in order to do that, I believe, of course, you know, I represent all the Italian universities, so, you know, I have more than one reason to say so, but I believe that there is no industrial policy and there is no such the possibility to reach this goal without the science, the scientific part, the innovation part that happens in the university. So it is really crucial for our countries to believe in the university system and to put the university system, the innovation and the investment in university systems as really the first strategy to have a modern and innovative countries. And this is why in 9 months, this is the second time that I come to Japan, because I think that together we can make this change. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Antoni, cara Giovanna. So we continue this first day of the event with the first panel. I just introduced shortly how these 2 days are organized. Now we have a first panel in which the vice rectors or rectors of different universities will present their perspective view about universities of the future and sustainability in their university. Then this will be followed by a coffee break, and then we will have another panel on the MUSA project. Then tomorrow we will have 4 thematic panels which will present different aspects related to sustainability of our university district. Each one has been organized by one of the 4 universities participating and contributing to this event. So now I am very pleased to invite the panelists of this first panel, Professor Paola Catenaccio. Thank you, Paola. Yes, you can move here. Which is Vice Rector for Internationalization of the University of Milano. Benvenuta, Paola. Then Professor Emilio Faroldi, who is Executive Vice Rector of Politecnico di Milano. Benvenuto. Then my colleague, Professor Francesco Saita, who is Dean for International Affairs of Bocconi University. And okay, at the panel, I will also participate and attend, and I already presented myself. We will have the first 2, Yes, we will have the introductory interventions and the messages. The first one has been recorded by Dr. Alessandro Fermi, who is a counselor for University Research Innovation of Lombardy region, and we have a video message. So we can start with this message.
Goodbye to everybody. I'm honored, first of all, to represent Lombardia, that is my region, on this exciting event as the one taking place within Osaka Expo 2025. As a regional minister, one of the main tasks is to improve cooperation between regional government and Lombardia universities, supporting the technology transfer between universities and industrial research, as well as process and product innovation. Lombardy, maybe you know, as you probably know, is a leading Italian region with 23 more or less % of Italian GDP. As to the demography, the dimension, Lombardy is more or less like one European member state, such as Greece, Portugal, Hungary. And Lombardy has become a university region with 15 public and private universities with 330,000 students, more or less. Milan is the capital of Lombardia and can be considered a little big city with 1.4 million inhabitants. Host 8 universities, 3 public and 5 private. This is one of the regions that I'm happy to support MUSA, the innovation ecosystem for urban sustainability, with the 5 largest and probably more important university of Milano. Since the approval of the regional law on research and innovation, that is more or less 10 years ago, Region Lombardia has been promoting and supporting structural collaboration among research institute, enterprises, representative association, and social bodies. At the moment now, 9 clusters are active on innovation areas, from aerospace to green chemistry, and I'm happy to announce that the formalization of the 10th cluster focused on the cosmetics is underway. For all this reason, I believe that the effective support of the Region Lombardia to the activity range of MUSA has been not only fruitful, but has been natural. We are also committed in ensuring new support to remarkable legacy of MUSA, considering the many benefits that it has delivered in these years in our region to our citizens. So I say goodbye to you. Enjoy. I hope to see you soon in Lombardia and Milano. Bye bye.
Thank you. Even if he is not listening, we thank Regione Lombardia for supporting the project, which is so important for our universities and for our future. So now I'm very pleased to introduce Dr. Fabio Bottero, who is online. He's the Deputy Mayor of Milano for public housing, which is a very important topic, especially for those, all of us who live in Milano. We know that the issue of public housing is extremely important. So thank you for participating. Welcome to this event. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everybody. Let me start by saying that I'm honored to bring the perspective of the city of Milano to Expo Osaka 2025 about a topic we deeply care about. The development and the sharing of knowledge are essential for imagining and building the city and the communities of tomorrow. Milano is playing its part by implementing targeted policies regarding ecological and digital transformation, and by actively participating in academic and international projects such as MUSA. The University of Milano Bicocca is leading the project together with the Polytechnic of Milano, State University of Milano, Catholic University, Bocconi University, together with the 26 public and private partners. This is a unique and strategic opportunity for both Milano and Italy, and we are proud to be an institutional partner for this project. With over 100 active initiatives, the MUSA project is helping to shape a city model that is increasingly connected, inclusive, dynamic, environment aware, and centered around its citizens. For all these reasons, MUSA stands out as one of the most ambitious, forward-looking and promising initiatives in the field of innovation and urban regeneration currently happening in Italy. And this is possible also thanks to funding from the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. The collaboration between academia and industry is shaping a cutting-edge ecosystem capable of fostering innovative and sustainable urban growth across all dimensions: environmental, economic, and social. The Synergy MUSA promotes among businesses, startups, and academic research and excellence programs, reflects Milano's ability to connect and build networks, drawing value from the best experience that define our social and economic fabric. Milano is the ideal environment to power MUSA's ecosystem, given that our city is already a national hub for digitalization and technological innovation. Thanks to MUSA initiatives such as support for launching high-tech startups, Milano is well positioned to become an international benchmark. Universities are a key player in tackling Milano many challenges, including student housing. This is very important. I want to take this opportunity to recognize and thank the fruitful collaboration between the city of Milano and its university, to create a new student accommodation for many students and researchers who come to the city from Italy and the world. The outcomes of the research, discoveries, and solutions that will emerge in the coming years through MUSA studies and partnership will undoubtedly leave a lasting mark on Milano and other cities across the globe. I want to thank you for your invitation on behalf of myself and the Milano administration. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Bottero, for being here with us and for sharing this interesting information. Housing is very important within the future of universities, not only, of course. And I would like also to thank Comune di Milano for supporting so well the project. Now, I am going to introduce my colleague Paola Catenaccio, Vice Director for Internationalization, for this second part of the panel, which is an opportunity to better know our 4 universities. Indeed, the focus of this panel is on academic innovation for inclusive, international, connected, and sustainable universities. So each of the 4 universities will point out the aspects on which the single universities are working to achieve this goal. So thank you very much, Paola.
Thank you very much, Gabriele, for this introduction. And I also wish to thank everybody here, the colleagues that spoke before me and the authorities here in Milan. Thank you very much also, Giovanna and Tommy, for introducing the project and for running the project so beautifully. I was also personally involved in this project, and I'm particularly proud to have contributed to it. I'm opening the presentations of the universities with an introduction to the University of Milan that has contributed to this and that has benefited, I would say, from this project, because we have contributed but also benefited. And I think that this is really crucial for our universities. The subtitle that I chose for this presentation is Driven by Innovation, which is what we are, and connected locally, nationally and internationally, because this is what we want to do when we think about academic innovation for inclusive, international and connected and sustainable society. And by this, we also mean that sustainability is a social issue, as the talk about housing we just had about is highlighting. The University of Milan is a large university, is a university that is obviously active across Italy and throughout the world. We've got 31 departments, 13 of which were awarded Department of Excellence status in the most recent research evaluation exercise. And we've got 11 faculties and schools, 65 coordinated research centers, a number of inter-university research centers, as you can see, and then research support platforms, as you can notice there. So it's a very large university with a population of over 60,000 students. We have a number of innovative interdisciplinary curricula alongside consolidated ones. This is what we mean when we say that we aim to join tradition with innovation. Being able to cover most of the subjects in the university scenario, we are able to combine these two characteristics. These are a few figures that you may be interested in. So over 60,000 students, over 2,500 professors and researchers, 2,000 technical, administrative and library staff, and you can see international PhD students, many of whom are international PhD students, but we are proud to have 161 study programs, of which quite a large number, over 40, are in English, and 70 specialization schools. We also aim, and we are investing in this sense, to co-design courses with global partners to focus on a kind of internationalization that is also internationalization from within. So we want to bring internationalization home, and we are going to try and design research programs and study programs that are co-designed and co-delivered by partners across the world. Our internationalization figures are quite robust. We've got about 1,700 outgoing students and 1,000 incoming students in European exchange programs. And then we've got a number of other exchanges for students that go to other parts of the world, including a number of those that come into Japan to spend a number of years. We've got a very strong Japanese section in our languages department. As part of those co-produced and co-designed courses, we also have those that are part of the Alliance, the 4U Plus Alliance. It's a league of European universities that is being promoted. This is one of the many European university alliances that have been promoted by the European Commission, and we are participating in one of them, which is also, whose members are mostly part of the League of European Research Universities. We are very happy to collaborate across industries and with sectors, and this is a very strong technology transfer project, and it's a technology transfer project which is going to become even more focused together with our robust research results. We are going to be particularly active across all fields. We are a multi-campus university. As you can see, we've got several campuses across Milan and across Lombardy, and we are building a new one. And this is where I wanted to get to. We're building a new campus, and this is on the site of the 2015 Expo. So we turned the 2015 Expo in an innovative campus, which is going to be focused on a living lab for innovation, sustainability, and urban transformation. We're going to be 23,000 people there, and it's going to have a huge area, including a 15,000 square meter scientific platform. These are some pictures of what it is going to be like in the future. We are also moving, because we're moving part of our scientific faculties to the new campus, we are freeing up space in the older campus, and we are going to renovate that with a domino effect. This is also going to be very much focused on urban regeneration, as was the repurposing of the expo area. We're going to have plenty of, renovated building, and this is going also to lead to some certifications certifying our sustainability. So all in all, I think that this is an overall presentation of what we're going to do. The MUSA project helped us deliver this, and we contributed to that for the benefit of the local communities and Lombardy in general, and Italy more broadly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paola. So thank you, Paola, very much. I would like to outline that as this is a panel, at the end of the presentations, there will be some space for questions you may have. It's very important that we can have a dialogue with the people attending. If you have some curiosity, please think about it and prepare some questions. Okay, so now I am pleased to introduce the colleague, Professor Emilio Faroldi, Executive Vice Rector of Politecnico di Milano. Grazie.
Thank you, thank you. After Paola's speech, my English could sound to you as another language, but you must trust me, it's English too. So good morning, everyone. It's a great honor to be here today representing the Politecnico di Milano. This meeting is a valuable opportunity to reflect on the role of university in the contemporary world. Not only a place of higher education and research, but as responsible agents of social, economic, and cultural change. We host nearly 50,000 students, including over 8,000 international students coming from over 100 countries. At the Politecnico di Milano, we strongly believe in the relationship between the university and the local area. There are three interconnected levels: local, national, and international. On the local level, we work every day to be an active, inclusive, and transformative presence within the city. We pursue the idea of a university that does not just exist within the city, but that shapes the city itself as part of its urban, social, and cultural fabric. An open, accessible, and permeable place. This vision underpins a major urban regeneration project currently under construction, some images, designed by architect Renzo Piano. The new campus will return a former industrial area to the city, transforming into an ecosystem of innovation, research, culture, and sports, accessible to all. The project includes green spaces, residences, laboratories, sport, culture, and innovation areas, and aim to become a model of environmental and social sustainability, the result of synergy between public institutions, companies, industries, and civil society. On the international level, our commitment is constant and strategic. We are part of the major European and global academic alliance, including Idea League, Enhance, and Alliance for Tech. We have over 1,000 agreements with top universities around the world. For us, internationalization is a cultural approach, a key tool to expand opportunities for our students by promoting mobility. Sustainability is a key strategic focus. We have adopted a dedicated strategic sustainability plan, 2023-25, that aligns sustainability with our four strategic pillars: people, education, research, and social responsibility. This is asked across 6 key priorities: inclusion and equal opportunity, sustainability in teaching, sustainable research, the right to education, social innovation, and environmental responsibility. Politecnico divides its effort between 2 equally important missions: research and education. We are founding research aligned with the United System, aiming to reach 60 founded projects by the end of 2025. We are also building 3 new laboratories dedicated to sustainability, 2 of which will be operational within the next year. With regard to the right to education, we are committed to eliminating all financial barriers through the provision of scholarship and adapting strategies to promote accessibility and inclusiveness. On innovation and social responsibility, our goal is to contribute to societal development with a sense of responsibility and reciprocity through innovative forms of collaboration, even with the most vulnerable commitments. Inclusion is not only an ethical duty for us, but also a strategic priority. As the leading technical university in the country, we recognize our responsibility in closing the gender gap in STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. To this end, we have launched female mentorship programs for students, scholarship program for students, scholarship dedicated to women, and conscious bias training for academic and administrative staff, and strengthened guidance activity toward scientific career. Our goal is to reach at least 30% gender-balanced courses by 2025. Now we reach nearly the 24%. We also offer psychological and psychotherapeutic support services, mindfulness courses, experiential seminars on personal development, and team-building activities. Politecnico is always and also about sports and dual career. We see sport as an integral part of student development and campus. Our sport program involves more than 10,000 members. The dual career program allows our students to be students and to be athletes. Polimi Run, our university race that recently celebrated the 10th edition last Sunday, attract over 20,000 runners in a day. The Politecnico di Milano look to the future with responsibility and vision. We believe in a university city that is a driver of inclusion, sustainability, and internationalizations. A city where knowledge becomes an active space, a public space, a shared culture, and common good. This is the cultural path we will continue to follow. For an international university open to all, and for a Milan that is ever more open, sustainable, just, and attractive, capable of embracing the global challenges of our time and turning them into concrete opportunity for the next generation. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you. Thank you, Emilio. Now I'm going to introduce with pleasure my colleague Francesco Saita, who is Dean for International Affairs at Bocconi University.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm going also to bring the experience of Bocconi in this field and trying to innovate to create a place which is inclusive, international, connected, and sustainable. The premise is Bocconi is a smaller university as opposed to Politecnico and Statale. We are not the same size. We have roughly 15,000 students between the bachelor and the master, divided in traditional fields, which used to be economics, management, finance, and the newer fields, including law, public policy and governance, and in more recent years, computer science and artificial intelligence, and we are getting closest to the STEM part with courses in maths as well. And if I want to give you information on how we try to help building a city in this way, in an environment which is aligned with the values that we were mentioning, I think there are 5 points. The first one is the contribution we try to give is sustainability in research and teaching. The second part is how we try to lead by example in addressing environmental changes with the buildings that we have and the behaviors that we have. The point of social sustainability and inclusion, which were mentioned also now, which I think are super important. And the aim of constructing also an international environment in the city of Milan, which with 8 universities is an incredibly attractive place to be and to interact, as was mentioned in the introduction by Rector Ian Antuoni, which I totally agree with, is in interaction between firms, different centers of knowledge, in an environment which is far more open than many other places in the world, especially in the current unclear situation, to be mild. And the final point is on the advantage of having university open to the city, which is also where I think all of us are giving a great contribution in different ways. First of all, very quickly on sustainability, of course, one contribution, especially if we teach management, economics, we form the leaders, we try to form the leaders who may be working in companies and public government, is by research. We have multiple activities. On one hand, 1 research center and 2 labs working on different parts of the sustainability dimension, and also 4 labs in the business school from sustainability, ESG, 1 on agriculture, and also corporate governance that we consider also part of the sustainability challenge. There are important things on the side of teaching. On one hand, in our courses, there has been a continuous growth of the educational offer related to sustainability. In 2023-2024, we had more than 5,000 teaching hours, more than 6,000 students overall involved in some courses involving sustainability. And there are 2 things of which we are particularly proud. One is the 2-year Master of Science in Transformative Sustainability, which is a joint degree with the Politecnico di Milano, which I think is very important. And the other part is the master that we have in the business school in sustainability and energy management, which happens to be since 2015 the top in the ranking in sustainable development and environmental management, despite we fight in an era with pretty strong competitors, including Stanford and Yale and HSC Paris. From the point of view of how we try to lead a bit by example, as we, together with the other university, I'm not making any rankings, I want to be clear, and we don't have at all the competencies that I was admired by that the colleagues at the Politecnico may have, of course, but as being to work on the buildings, we had the chance, which was unique, to rebuild part of the city. I will be excited to see what Statale is going to build in the campus. We had the chance to restructure the area where there was the older mill factory in Milan, where we had a business school campus, which was ranked #1 by Financial Times in the carbon footprint rank. It has been done in the best possible way in terms of sustainability and zero emissions. And also there is the issue of certifications that were mentioned earlier, which are super important for us. We are trying to help building energy in any way possible also on the older buildings. One thing that we consider is important on top of the ongoing efforts on the other buildings is the fact of educating people, meaning also myself as a professor and the students, to sustainable behaviors is something which has been super strong in our university under many dimensions, from sustainable mobility, food waste reduction in many different ways. And one thing is super important for us is the issue of social sustainability and inclusion. One part which we consider to be particularly important, totally strategic, is the fact of enabling easier access to higher education also to people coming from less advantageous backgrounds, on top of what we do and also others are doing on safe with the refugees and the like. One thing which is particularly important is the programs that we have of scholarships, a possible choice on one hand, and moving to Milan, which is another hand, where we try to look especially at people who come from parts of Italy who are very far from thinking that Bocconi and Milan could be affordable, and try to find them at the high school, pointing out that if they're talent, they can be totally financially supported in everything. Tuition waiver, moving to Milan, the location where they stay, also funding. And we have an incredible amount of money invested in 42 million in 2023, and the number is growing, 75% of which is financed by our accounts. Remembering that Bocconi is a non-for-profit institution, so we invest a lot on that to help scholarship for people to attend Bocconi. There are a lot of initiatives on gender equality. We have also a scholarship for women, especially for the more technical subjects. We truly believe this is an important challenge, and a lot of initiatives to inclusion also for students. One thing which we consider is particularly important, linking to what was said earlier, also in terms of openness, the importance of openness and interaction, is the international side. We've been extremely active in many international alliances. We've been founders of some of the key initiatives in management education back many 40 years ago in some cases. We now have 2,600 outgoing, 2,300 incoming exchange students per year. That, given the size that we have in every single year, is pretty remarkable. It means having significant percentages, roughly 50% of people who have some international opportunities and do have that. 290 partner schools in 55 countries and 37 double degrees at present. But the thing which has been more amazing, and I think is a contribution we try to give together with the other universities to the city, is also the change that we have had in the student population on one hand. We have moved, basically next year we're going to have Master of Science program in English only, and the bachelor at level also is largely in English. In the last 5 years, we moved from 20% roughly to 31% in the undergraduate and 27% at the graduate level of international students. And this is the stock. The intake of last year was half actually international students. And this is in parallel with the change in the faculty. In 2009, we have 2% of full professors who were international. Now we have roughly 20. In assistant professor, which is the entry level, we used to have 20% of international assistant professor, we have 57%. This, of course, has meant having all internal meetings in English, which has been complicated, but great. And the idea, I think this is together with what the other universities in Milan are doing in recruiting and attracting the best talents, I think is one of the reasons why what was said earlier by Rector Gian Antoni is particularly important. We have a unique environment in which the level of research, the level of interaction among different disciplines can reach levels that in other cities are not that easy to reach. And the last thing is, which I think is important, is having universities, this is true for all of us, I say, open to the city. For us, having concerts which are open to the local population, the Bocconi Art Gallery, we have a brand new sports center where 70% of users are from the local community, not Bocconians. And a lot of events, which I think are a way also to sort of contribute to sort of, educating, transmitting, delivering what we do to the general population. When we host Pact for Future with Corriere della Sera on the future of the environment and the future of the social time, I think this is one of the most valuable things that we make, and there are many others of this thing. I think that what at all universities in Milan we are doing also for the general population in various forms, and I know there are a lot of initiatives that I truly appreciate, also the other universities talking today are doing, is fantastic in a phase in which universities can give an incredible contribution, can have a leadership, but it's important to deliver that to the people in the street, not only to the higher levels of the society, because this legitimacy that we can gain in driving innovation is also linked to what we are able to distribute to a wider public than in our classrooms. That's what we're trying to do, and I'm happy to see what the other universities are doing in a fantastic city such as Milan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Francesco. Now I change my hat. I change position. So, I am going to present University of Milano Bicocca. I would say last but not least. But first of all, let me thank my colleague. And I would like to outline that we are talking about 4 out of the 8 universities in Milano. And what I would like to outline is that we cooperate on a lot of projects. So it's specifically important, in my opinion, that universities who are important with respect to the general concept of culture do their best in order to offer opportunities to citizens, to people, to future students, to be inclusive and collaborative. So said, I start. Okay. So, our university is a generalist university. We have several disciplines. We cover several disciplines. And our university is spread over different campuses, I would say. A few figures, our community is over 40,000 people, students are over 40,000. And the campuses are located in Milano, in Monza, where we have the Department of Medicine, who is working and collaborating with Ospedale San Gerardo di Monza. We have two beautiful outposts, one at the Maldive Islands, and another one, which is very recent, of which we are very proud, is in Uganda. I will tell you some few words after. We have an overall number of 28 buildings. So let me say that a general keyword that can, and I believe our rector will agree on this because she has been working hard to guarantee this. The two keywords are inclusion, because the University of Milano Bicocca is especially a distinguished university which takes account very much on inclusion at various levels. And sustainability, not only because we are leading this MUSA project, but because we are trying to guarantee sustainability under various perspectives, and I will cite some of them. The university is also including a new part, let's say, which is very recent. We have a new foundation of the University of Milano Bicocca recently. And I look my colleague Salvatore Torrisi, who will talk in the next panel. He contributed to define this project, which is the Pavilion of University Milano Bicocca, which will be a great opportunity in order to leverage and to favor the definition of industrial collaboration, promotion of projects of various kinds, and promotion also of startups. So this is brand new. Which is our mission and strategy? Of course, the mission of University of Milano Bicocca is the general mission of university. But the keywords that I communicated you before are the real goal of our university, inclusion, sustainability, and diversity. It's not only a matter of words, but is a series of concrete actions that we try to apply in order to guarantee these important aspects. Of course, as our university is composed of 14 departments, we have an interdisciplinary approach. The departments are collaborating on various respects. We have excellence in education, and we are also very good in research, our department. Another key word, Cara Giovanna, you will agree, is well-being. Well-being is an important aspect. We try to ensure to all people working in our community, not only students, but also administrative people and the teacher, professors, well-being under various respects, offering the possibility to access to various actions that guarantee this important aspect. A few figures, which are not, of course, exhaustive of all what we are doing, about the faculty, the number of people working in this community, 1,095 faculty, and 900 staff, and as I outlined before, more than 400,000 students. We work on several subject areas, which range from medicine and surgery, education sciences, psychology, economics and statistical sciences, sociology, sciences, and law. We have a teaching offer of 80 courses, including both bachelor and master degrees, 56 postgraduate study courses, specialization in medicine and psychology, 39. We have 22 doctoral research programs, and 26 international and double degree courses. With respect to international relation and the international phase, I would say, of our university, we have several initiatives that are finalized to attract people, but to favor exchange of people all over the world. We have more than 500 agreements all over the world. I will show you a few figures about this. And as I told you, this is supported also by 2 outposts. We are member also of a European alliance, and this European alliance is particularly well suited to the mission of our university because the European alliance is centered on the notion of sustainability, which is declined in a personal way in each of the 7 partner universities. We are designing European joint degrees with our partners, and in particular, I would like to outline that we will have soon a bachelor on sustainability, and we are trying to share this experience with our partner in our alliance. We also will have a master in sustainability. This is just a snapshot of our collaborations all over the world, both in Europe and also in all around the world. Just to give you an idea of the distribution of our network of partnerships and collaborations, of course, Japan is included. We have several collaborations. I look to my colleague of the Electrotechnical Communication University. Our 2 outposts, one is the Mare Center, which is standing since a long time, and this center is specialized on marine sciences, and recently we have been defining and launching a new outpost in Uganda. We are very proud of this because this outpost was conceived based on several important activities that our medical doctors were performing with Africa with respect to various specialties. And talking with them, we had together the idea of defining such an outpost, which is not limited to medicine, but we will have sociologists, psychologists, and also computer scientists. By the way, I am a computer scientist, in order to leverage collaborations and activities with the people in this district. So we will define mutual exchanges to the aim of learning, both of us, because we have all to learn from each other. This is the spirit of internationalization. Sustainability, which is one of the key words, and we will have the opportunity to deepen these topics in the special panels that have been organized by our 4 universities. Our panel will be focused, of course, on sustainability, which will be declined with respect to the impact of sustainability on environment, you will see tomorrow, on energy, and on mobility. So we have a lot of actions that are aimed to have a very good impact on the environment. We are trying to do our best in order to not be impactful on environment. Also from our perspective of computer science, we are working in this respect, energy saving computing. But you see that I cited some of the numerous actions we have in order to have an impact, which is a positive impact in our district and on the environment. Of course, I will not dedicate too much time to this important project that sees our university all together to work with respect to guarantee this aspect of sustainability, the Multilayered Urban Sustainability Action, because the next panel will be focused on this important aspect of which we are very proud to collaborate with all of other universities. Here, some more information about actions, some of them that we are sustaining and developing to guarantee and to implement in a real way this notion of sustainability and on the impact on the environment. Those who are not from Italy may imagine Milano is a big city with pollution, and so it's very important that each citizen is working towards an education, a well-educated way to afford these, and universities have a great responsibility, as we have already listened from my colleagues, because each of us is trying to give a positive impact on these kind of problems. I would like to outline that we have psychological counseling for our students. We have a different kind of actions. We have a delegate from inclusion. I don't want to forget these important aspects. We have dual career as well. We have a delegate for sport. And so these are just some snapshots of our reality, which is a composite reality, very dynamic, and which is really looking to the futures for more collaborations with other universities and a better, still better impact on the district in our beautiful city, which is combined with Osaka. So this event has a particular impact for us and significance for us. So thank you very much for listening. So thank you to all for listening, and we have 15 minutes. If some of you has some specific questions to ask to our panelists, do you have some kind of curiosity, some questions? I know that most of you are from the universities involved, so we know quite well what we are doing, at least we hope so. But if I see some people from outside, if you have some curiosity, otherwise, maybe I can ask to our rector to close and to make some final observations about this, and especially also concerning the collaborations we have among us, because I really believe that the future is on collaborations in order to be more impactful. Thank you.
Well, I was very proud of listening to each of you, because our universities are really marvelous. And so, first of all, I want to congratulate really deeply, because, many of you know me, somebody do not know me, but I'm a very competitive person. And but this means really something that I'm really proud of each of the University of Milan, because we can make the difference. So we have, a tremendous opportunity, but I think that we have also, we need to do something more, because we are so good as universities. Milan, maybe not everybody knows that Milan is, after Boston, among the big cities, of course, the city with the highest percentage of students from the University of Tertiary Education. So it's really, really a city of the students, of the university students. More than 200,000 students study at university in a city of more than 1 million persons. So, really a very, very high percentage of the people who live in Milan, they study in our places. And this is the way in which we change their lives. The other point, each of you thought about gender equality and thought about inclusion, because every university, the public and non-public but non-profit institution, and I thank you for this, underlining point, each of you, we make a lot in order to have our universities accessible. And this is not, something so easy to put in reality, because of course the financial, aspects of this struggles more and more in our country. So we have, with this project, we can really dream something. We can dream to have the possibility to have an impact. And I think that in this presentation, everybody in the room or outside in the pavilion could really understand that the impact that this university have already had in the past and may have in the future is really strong, because almost half of the students that come to Milan to study in our places is not from Lombardy. They come from other regions of Italy or abroad. And they, come, one of the main reasons is, of course, because of the excellence of our educational system, but also because after they can get a job, because the economic of the Lombardy is different than other regions. And so here it comes again, one of the goal of MUSA, that is to, to build a very strong network between universities and the private companies and the private sector. We really have to work more and more on this. And again, I think that this is, today is a really special day, because I really want this. I told yesterday, I presented the university system of Italy, and this is more true for the university system of Milan, because we are closer. we know each other very well, and together we have to stay unite to change the things. And so let's really make MUSA the opportunity to stand together to improve and to innovate the society, to give an opportunity to students to come study and change their lives, but also give the opportunity to our private companies, Italian, Japanese, international level, to foster this technology gap with the other big players that we know and that we mentioned before. So thank you, Gabriella, thank you to each of you, and so viva Milano.
Yes, I agree. So thank you very much, Giovanna. Thank you again to all of you, Paola, Emilio, Francesco, and I am really looking forward to collaborate with you. My mandate is going to an end, but I believe that you can work fruitfully with the one who will continue this mission of taking care of the international affairs, but not only, because we have been working at several respects, okay? So thank you very much. Thank you to all the audience. And I believe that now we can have a break, and then we will have another panel which will be very interesting on the MUSA project. Thank you again.